everyone.
Hey guys.
This is Ultra.
It is.
We're
Ultra
at
Melbourne.
Ultra. We were going to film at our usual spots, but it's bloody hot today.
It is cooking.
What's the temperature at 31?
Something like that.
Tomorrow's
it's massive.
32, then it's 33. It's not weather for us to be outside.
No, not for us to be.
I don't think our wives want us to be cooked.
Oh man, I've been burnt so many times, and anyone with a bald head will empathise.
Yeah,
it's
literally.
extremely challenging to avoid.
Anyone with European sort of heritage or like bloodline that doesn't tan like myself, definitely. I don't know if you can see my tattoo from that far away, but it's basically like Napolitan.
Hasn't been touched. The thing is, tattoo looks still fresh. So
Like, look at that arm. It's nice and like, tanned. And then I've got this pale. It's almost like my shoes. But
hey, look, at least the tattoo's not going to age too badly, which is good.
definitely not. Sorry about the background music. Our good friend Kotzi over there is playing his ethnic music. Loves a good Zorba.
He does.
Can we, while I was watching this, can we rate his music taste?
First song was good. I can't remember what the first track was, but I didn't mind it.
First song was good, but we don't know the first song that was on.
Yeah, something housey. I don't know. This is we're moving into like primetime 16-year-old women's retail store.
I feel like it's
Come on,
more
Kotzi.
it's like Boost Juice. It's like it's trying to like empathize with all the people that just walk around the shops. My mum, so ethnic mums.
I think we need to get Fernando on the tunes. I feel like Fernando will give us some
I
like
wouldn't mind
salsa.
some
sort
samba.
of yeah, that'd be mad.
What's that song in the Nike commercial?
Oh yeah, that's a sick track.
Is he actually playing Promiscuous Girl?
Kotzi.
Kotzi, what is this song? This is horrible. It's Promiscuous Girl. Sorry for
Kotzi's in
breaking
trouble
the
now.
third wall right here. We're saying hello to a few other people that work. But yeah, look, we're at Ultra today. We had that amazing opportunity to have the pop-up here. Can you tell us about the event?
Incredible. I think you guys will see. Alex will release a video soon.
One day soon.
one day. Just a bit of a summary of the event, and I was extremely grateful and surprised with the turnout. I think these things seem to be growing, and the football scene is becoming extremely popular here, which is incredible. And I'm so happy that we've got like a part to play in the growth.
Yeah.
Kotzi's done a good job, and he's changed the track for us again. Yes, and look, it's really humbling to see that many people have such a good time at an event that we
100%.
put on. Like, it's a lot of effort on our front, but things come together really nicely, and it was
The
such a
effort
good
is
event.
almost like just when you see people enjoying it,
Yeah.
the stories,
Yeah.
the posts, the people just having fun,
Yeah.
saying hello, random
Yeah.
people you've never met before. Thank you so much. Like,
Yeah.
to us, we started this during probably like one of the quietest periods of our lives, and then to be able to have that opportunity to meet so many people that have found a liking to it, it was amazing.
Incredible.
And then Ultra having this beautiful store now. The whole staff is literally just making a team in the Serie A now. Hopefully they replace someone like AC Milan, because everyone hates AC Milan. But yeah, look,
I like AC Milan.
can we say we'll have one in the future hopefully here?
Yeah, definitely. I'd love to. If the Ultra guys will have us, I know we'll be back.
He'll be in Brisbane. I
Yes.
won't be. I've got a wedding that day, but Paul is going to be in Brisbane. Can you tell everyone the date so they
Yes,
can come
so
say hello?
5th of Feb, Saturday. We teamed up with the guys at X Football. So it's going to be a similar crew, Unwanted, Final Third, and a few other boot guys, which is going to be awesome. So yeah, if you're from Queensland, make the trip down to Brisbane for the day. We'll be there from like 11 till 5, so make sure you get down.
Yeah, look, football's amazing. I love it. At the moment, a lot of our friends are spending some time at home. It's almost as contagious as the Gattuso tackle. It's like
It is.
you can survive in the midfield, but if Gattuso's in the midfield, you're absolutely fucked.
Good luck to you.
So
Absolutely
I
good
feel
luck
like
to you.
that's the scenario we're going through right now. But apart from the last couple of weeks, Christmas pretty good, New Year's was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Is there anything that stood out to you in football world? Something new, something that you
Well,
like, you
look,
want to
so
speak about?
transfer window obviously opens, and that a lot of things happened pre-transfer window that.
Fabrizio is just, here we go.
Yeah, that's it. Here we go. It reminds me of I think it was like some Swedish House Mafia track. Here he is, the big dog, Fernando. Yeah, it reminds me of. Sorry. Yeah, transfer window. So I think, look, it's huge because you look at like Newcastle, they had the takeover, right? So the takeover obviously pumps cash into the company.
The best transfer happened. Trippier is going to be the best left back in the championship next season.
Could you imagine? Like, I saw a meme today, and it's like, Kieran Trippier's dream was to win the championship with Newcastle United. Like, how insane! Surely they don't drop. Surely they gather
Nah,
enough.
they're gone.
Do you reckon they're that
They're
far
gone.
back? Too
They
far?
lost the fucking, what's it called?
I know, but
The Cambridge.
in the FA
Bro,
Cup.
I drove past Cambridge. Was it Cambridge?
Yeah. Was it FA Cup? Yeah.
Yeah,
It was,
I drove past Cambridge when I was in the UK. I made a wrong turn. I was meant to go to the Westfield there to get something, and I saw the ground, and it was the classic CU FC, like the logo that you get in the FIFA packs.
Careful, you almost spelled the wrong word then.
But like, I drove past that pitch and I was like, man, Melbourne City has a better training facility.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
And I think that, you know, again, the team.
Yeah. Oh, no discredit to Cambridge. Like, you know, they've still got
We
a big
love
history
Cambridge.
too. Yeah, yeah.
But
Wasn't someone here
who
wearing a
stood out
Cambridge
to
shirt?
you apart from like the Newcastle takeover money wise?
Look, to be honest, I think a lot's happened from a a dramatic sense overall in the football scene. Like you look at Barca, Barca's been nowhere.
Yeah.
I think I like a few things like seeing Vinicius Junior like fly under the radar, but he's been smashing it.
Amazing.
Benzema too, like such an underrated start to the season. Like I think it was the best in La Liga history for possibly ever in all the first X amount of games.
Yeah.
So I think there's been a lot going on so far. And then obviously now the Christmas break comes in. We've got AFCON starting now, which is cool. There's a bit going on in the football world. What about yourself? What are you thinking? What excites you the most?
Oh, I love the memes. Like I'm not someone that like discredits a coach straight away. Like I'm someone who loves the process.
Yes.
Being a United supporter, we had Ferguson for so long that I was like I had Ferguson since I was born to like the late teens, almost.
Yeah, yeah.
So for me, I've always been comfortable with that one coach scenario.
Yeah.
But Ralph Ragnick's takeover has been pretty stressful for a lot of football fans, but like mainly for United fans. But I love the meme where it's like when he came, he's like, "I'm going to play pressing football," and it's like everyone's like, "Yeah, you're playing depressing football." And I feel like these days you have to be careful what you say in the media because you could almost be scrutinized straight away.
But he can't undersell himself either.
No. But like the second you say we're playing pressing football, it's like you've just opened up possibilities. Like if Spider-Man Multiverse, of course, if you haven't seen the latest movie, please switch off now. But if there's a possibility that there's three, oh shit, you haven't seen it yet.
That's okay.
You're
in too deep now.
I just ruined it for him. Let's just say if there's multiverse.
Use Inception, I guess, as a
dream.
It's a dream within a
But
dream,
like, just say there's I don't know what I was gonna say now. But like, the amount of possibilities that you could say. There's different versions that you could be taken down as. Like,
of course,
he could play amazing football, and it could be like, he's playing regressive, or it's just like, I feel like today, as a football person, you could say something so good that in 6 months the internet can bring it back.
Yeah, 100%. And look, as much as I know the football scene tend to hate journalists, you got to give them credit where credit's due, because some of them come up with some ingenious, slang, puns, I guess you want to call it, or like any ways to sort of twist pressing into depressing football. Like it's so smart, and it happens.
But it's not even a journalist. It's just like a meme account with Anthony Martial, and they're a Man United fan. That's the problem these days.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes now I feel like journalists don't get the credit because it's all these kids with like burner
keyboard
accounts.
warriors.
Burner accounts, literally.
Yeah.
It could be a 35-year-old woman who's on an account that's acting to be an 18-year-old boy.
Yeah.
And that's actually a good topic for today. But like, I feel like the football world is changing really fast on and off the pitch.
Completely. Especially online. Everything is online. So, everything's through social media channels now. So, you look at Fabrizio Romano is a perfect example. Every transfer rumor is like instantaneous, and he's almost like one of the very few credible sources. So if you're trying to see like what's happening with transfer rumors, you go straight to his Twitter page or straight to his Facebook. More often Twitter, but I think he's still.
Did you see who he announced?
Coutinho?
No, he was what's his name? Toronto FC paid him to be the face of the announcement of Insigne.
Yeah, see that in itself, like
Is
he's
Insigne?
influencing. Yeah, he's influencing as a journalist. Like how insane. What, like this is like a transcending.
And his trend of "here we go" is now trademarked.
Yeah, which is iconic. Whereas previously, the clubs would not speak to a journalist. Like, if you did, probably the club or someone at the club would be on the payroll to the journalist. Right, so it's like a massive like flip of events.
It's almost as if rumors these days are a lot more trustworthy, because it's definitely coming from a reliable source. Yeah,
unless you're like Zaha, and every year you get transferred or rumored to transfer somewhere and never leave.
That poor guy has been to United and they got shunned upon.
Yeah.
That's actually one transfer I do, and I'm really excited. Even though I'm a United fan, I love the fact that Coutinho's back in the Premier League.
Yeah,
the one goal that he scored against us when he chipped De Gea on the line, that broke my heart, and I think that's always going to be in my memory as why I hate Liverpool.
That guy has like that. It's like the inverse of Ian Robin, like that left-hand side cut in, finesse, like wrap-around shot, like insane. Absolutely incredible, man. Look, there's got to be something to his personality as a player. Like he seems quiet off the pitch, but he obviously has a lot of trouble wherever he goes.
Yeah, he's had issues at Bayern and he had issues at Barca.
Yeah,
Barca's going to be a good team in the future. Looking at the young kids and how Xavi's Look, I'm saying it now. I reckon that whole hype of Real and Barca is going to come back soon.
Yeah, I think so.
Also, shout out to CULTKITS. He's playing all my Lane 8 music now. So I've got some like
Get around
trance
it.
going on, progressive. I'm so happy. I'm so G'd up for this episode.
Good job, Cutsy.
But what are your thoughts? Do you think Barca Real is going to come back? Do you reckon that hype of like?
Yeah.
So, we spoke about that, but like, say a scenario right now, next season, if they had to choose between Haaland and Mbappe, who would go where?
Oh, I feel like
Because they
That's a
both
tough
look
one,
like
yeah.
Real Madrid players.
definitely, and I wouldn't be surprised if they both end up there. But I feel like it would mean Benzema would have to probably retire, and that would make way for Haaland. And then imagine having like a Vinny Jr., Mbappe, and Haaland top three. Like that would be crazy.
I reckon Mbappe would go to Barca.
to
He's got
be
that
honest,
Samba vibe, like happy player. They could sign other players that suit that vibe, where it's a bit more like, fun football.
So my initial thought when you asked the question was that Barca and Real are financially so much more superior than every other team in La Liga. And I thought they can buy whoever the hell they want, whenever they want. But in saying that, you look at the way Xavi's...
Barca's broke.
Yeah,
And they
correct.
signed Ferran Torres.
Yeah.
That's
which
like how.
Exactly. So this is the thing, right? I know there's obviously free transfers and blah, blah, blah. But I feel like their
Afterpay.
brand is worth still so much more. What did you say?
Afterpay.
Afterpay. And I think both of them, even long term, it might not be, say Real might be in a better position now, but I think if you give it 5 to 10 years, and the way that, from what I can see, Xavi implementing a lot of youth team players, a lot of La Masia players coming into the squad, I wouldn't be surprised if long term that works out better for them from a footballing, resale value. There's a lot there that that's there to offer.
Where's our boy? What's his name? The one we fell in love with in Japan.
In Japan?
Gerard.
Oh yeah, Ricky Puig.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. What a player. He's still there. He's there or
He's going to
thereabouts.
end up at West Ham or Stoke City.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't eventuate like that. It reminds me a bit of Bojan Gerkic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That midfield player that just...
Yeah. I think, look, the Messi comparisons were a bit unfair. But there was a point where he was brilliant still.
I think we're getting to a time where people need to stop comparing to certain players.
Yeah. And look, now that Messi and Ronaldo are on the verge of retirement, I think that will start to happen.
Yeah, next is next Mbappe.
Yeah.
Next Haaland. Confident players.
I think the crazy part is that they're still so young.
Yeah.
And there's still so much for them to give.
They're so young. They're so young.
So young, like crazy. I actually saw really cool. I was watching. I think Optus Sport had a doco on Australians playing in the Premier League and how it's like massively declined.
Yeah. Oh.
They showed Harry Kewell's Leeds debut.
2 left. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think, they said they think it's going to be like the lowest minutes played by Australians in the Premier League season ever, since '91 when the Premier League started.
Yeah.
Harry Kewell's debut for Leeds, he actually got subbed on at the same time as Haaland's dad. Crazy.
That's a good fact.
Yeah, crazy.
That's a good fact.
Yeah, really.
There's
cool.
always small things like that I love.
Yeah. I didn't know. I knew obviously that his old man played Premier League. I knew he played at City.
Yeah.
I think he got his leg busted by Roy Keane and then vice versa.
Oh, was that the Roy Keane moment?
Well, different teams. So he was at City when the Roy Keane thing happened.
But wait,
was at
it
Leeds.
Haaland that got his...
Haaland's dad.
They got his leg smashed in by Roy Keane?
Yeah.
Then why people think that Haaland's going to play United? He's never going to come to United.
No, well, that's why I was like, I thought it was crazy that everyone said United. I thought City has to be.
There's no way Erling Haaland's going to go to United if his dad's got his leg smashed in by Roy Keane.
Could you imagine that? Actually be funny. Rocks up, wears like number 16 as well. Like just copies Roy. Just like Roy Jr. Roy Jones Jr. on the back of a kit would be a
I
piss up.
didn't know it was Haaland. That's another good fact. It's crazy when you see like that sort of father. That's so many topics are just coming up.
I know, it's good.
We could have spoken about parents and like the father-daughter sort of son scenario.
Yeah.
Like we're seeing a lot of now that the women's football is going on the progress that we're seeing. The Reece James and his sister at Chelsea. She was at United, now she's at Chelsea.
Yep.
Like seeing her in that sort of scenario, the two siblings.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see the future of that, like seeing Haaland and Haaland.
Yeah.
You know,
I reckon it's so
even
cool.
seeing like Messi and Ronaldo with their kids now.
And then even looking on Australian level, you've got John Markovsky and Maya now.
Yeah.
Which would be
Shout out.
like.
Is she working today?
No, she actually works here.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's really cool.
That's
right? I think
cool.
That's from our own.
Has anyone made the Socceroos yet? That was back in the days. Now.
Father-son. I remember everyone thought Fowler was Robbie Fowler's relative,
Yeah.
but that was clearly wrong.
No, there's so many things like that's a good topic. Stay tuned. We'll definitely have to do an episode.
Yeah, definitely.
We have to do a research
the
on that.
father-son, father-daughter.
Fun fact that I learned at a wedding last week. So I got told by a Scottish family that Gattuso, my favourite, I love Gattuso, but apparently he married a Scottish girl.
Yes.
And he says he's more Scottish than Italian.
Yeah, a lot of times. Yeah, I've heard
He
it
says
before.
that,
Yeah, yeah.
and I'm like, fuck, this guy's a nutter.
Yeah, he's
I
crazy,
love him.
man. Yeah.
There's one shirt I need to get. It's the FC Sion
Yeah.
Gattuso shirt.
very
I
cool.
love Gattuso, but he played at AC. I fucking hate AC Milan. And he played at Rangers, and I hate Rangers. So
Sion's the
FC
only one
Sion
left.
is.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
Italian. I might have to get an Italian jersey with him.
Yeah, 06 would be a sick top.
No, I want a Barella top. I love Barella.
Nicola Barella.
Yeah.
I think I meant like Barella pasta.
We all love pasta.
There's that. Isn't there? There's a Roma shirt with Barella on the front.
Yeah, but Barella, Nicola Barella is fucking amazing.
Yeah, he's a sick player. I think he's going to be one that the next World Cup and Euros will be.
Well, we can talk about that because the World Cup next.
Yes, and they have to qualify still.
Do you want a quick break, check on the recording, come back?
Yeah, sounds good.
Done?
Done.
We'll be
Let's do
back. Ad break.
Hey guys. So, you just hit the camera. That was terrible. So we're back from our intermission, which kind of leads us onto our next topic.
Don't you just love it when like everything works out and then you just get into that?
I know we do. We're gonna get right into this now. Talking about Inter, Lukaku's favorite club.
I'm trying to think of things I can say with Inter.
Oh my god.
Wait, let's think of something. Because every time I say Inter, I think of one word.
Intercourse.
Well, we're into Ultra today.
Yes.
And I'm really into this music today.
Yes, Scotty.
We're talking about Lukaku and making the Inter jokes. Do you have any jokes about like the whole thing?
Only inappropriate ones from Cotty. Maybe we'll keep that one for later.
That's Kotzi over there. So yeah, you tell us. Talk
Yeah,
to
so
us.
obviously huge mess. He obviously came out. I know from what he says in his apology, it was a bit misconstrued. Like, you know, what he went and said in the interview wasn't exactly true. But there was just so many things that, you know, came into play that didn't back up what he said. And, you know, you listen to the interview and, yeah, look, it kind of sounded a little bit genuine. But, you know, at the same time, his employer probably had a gun to his head.
Roman.
Yeah, and I think, look, you know, yeah, okay, he said sorry, which I think he did the right thing to get back on track, you know, stop distracting the squad and sort of like settle that whole media hype.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, you are signed by a club that is paying you millions. Not like, you know, you're not getting paid poo change.
No.
You're getting paid so much money and you still go out and say, he should have been the most PC person ever in this interview. He should be like, yes, I had a great time at Inter. You know, I love the fans. I love the club. But now I'm focused on Chelsea. Chelsea is my priority. That is all I care about right
even
now.
just hide. Just talk shit. Like, don't have to, like, be honest. Like, no, look, be honest. Honest isn't the best. But don't be, like, don't say something that you know is going to bite you back. Again, the whole internet thing, what we're talking about.
Internet.
Be careful what you say on the
Yes,
internet.
yes.
I listen to the ESPN FC guys, the podcast. You listen to them? They scream at each other so much.
Yeah.
So much. Like, they absolutely go ham at each other. But the one thing I was talking about is, like, is Chelsea in strife? Are they in trouble right now? It's like, chill. Like, they're just, you know, having this one player who wants to play, has put a lot of this pressure on him. He's someone he's a confidence player.
Yeah.
He loved that about Serie A. Inter Milan made him feel like a king again.
It worked for him.
United was a bit of a shambles time for him. Again, I hate it when players complain about the club. It's like, if it doesn't work out, you move on.
Yeah, I feel like this is very much a modern day mentality with players, and he's not young, right? I think he's like 28, 29.
Yeah.
He's
This peak now.
It is, but there's this common mentality throughout a lot of these players, of like a sense of entitlement that because they're there and because of who they are, you know, they're above the law, they're above normal rules that go within club land.
Literally.
It's very rare that you get your old-fashioned footballer that bites the bullet and says, you know what, fucked up. So I was for swearing.
You can swear. Not
yeah,
PG.
I made a mistake, or not even, just do everything by the books. Like, how hard is it to operate as a professional? You know, I know these guys are footballers, they're athletes, they're not, you know, businessmen or whatever. But how hard is it to have your head screwed on your shoulders?
Exactly.
Don't say the wrong thing. It's really not that complicated.
I think the main thing for me from the whole situation is you look at him and you look at Lukaku. He's a great footballer.
Yeah.
He's having a tough time at Chelsea. Maybe Tuchel has not done well. But that interview when he did the whole sorry apology thing for me, like for someone who now, like, you know, with the YouTube culture, and I'm really invested into that.
Yeah.
I love watching a lot of YouTubers. But when they do something wrong, like, I don't know if people watch the certain people like David Dobrik's or the guy who does the makeup. Chantal loves him. James. Oh, I can't think of his name now. He does the whole makeup thing. My wife watches him, and Like, I watched his apology video. It's like, I'm so sorry for texting kids under 18. It's like, you did the mistake. Like, why are you complaining? Like, with Lukaku saying, I'm sorry, fans, I should be doing better. It's like,
Yeah.
man, the main thing you got to do is instead of saying sorry to the fans in an apology video, go on the pitch.
Yeah.
And just do
it
your
on the
thing.
pitch. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
do what you're getting paid for.
Do like what Harry Maguire did and silence the fans. That is another awful situation.
Oh, Harry
But I think,
Maguire.
you know what, Harry Maguire, to his credit, I don't think he's outspoken. I think he's more humble. But I think it's just performances that have...
it, man.
well,
I feel sorry. Like, again, like, people always judge him, but I think, like, you put yourself in his position, he's just like everyone else.
100%.
He's just a human.
His price tag made his... that is what made that problem. That whole thing is a big issue purely because they paid so much for him.
So, like, I think Lukaku scenario, yeah? He's set him up to be that meme now, the Inter joke.
100%,
you know?
yeah.
And I love it. I love every second people talk about the
That's
whole
hilarious.
Inter joke.
Like, I'm a Chelsea fan. I find it hilarious.
Like, he's going to be at Chelsea, let's say, realistically, 3 years.
Yeah.
He'll probably leave early and go to Real Madrid, and he'll probably win a few La Ligas with
According to
them.
that interview, he's gone back to Inter, but...
Nah, he won't go back to Italy. If he does Italy, he'll probably go to AC Milan, or he'll probably end up at Juventus.
You don't know these days because you look at Zlatan. Like everyone thought, he's gone to MLS.
Bro, he's gone to
Career's
everything.
done, and he's just hopping. He's still kicking.
He's still
I know
playing.
he's a very big exception because not many players
How
last.
did he go to LA Galaxy, then go to Man United? And
What a
Man
club
United?
list though! Like his resume. Like I think pre Zlatan there was maybe like Seedorf that had a similar resume, but you look at his resume, it is like stacked with like peak squads. Like once he left Sweden, where was Malmo? It's like you go from Malmo to Ajax, and then from even Ajax is a premium club. But then it's just like from there onwards, it's just like top, and then Galaxy.
Inter.
But
He played at Inter, AC, Juventus,
Barcelona,
Man United.
yeah, Ajax as well.
Fuck, I
Obviously.
always forget he played at Man United.
He was good.
Ibra.
He was like, I know he was old. He did his knee as well, which sucked.
Yeah, and he
Everyone
came
thought he
back.
was done. Actually, remember that?
Yeah. Fuck, I miss you, bro.
Yeah.
At United.
What a
He was
beast.
just such a just joke of
Yeah.
a player. But yeah, I think the scenario with Lukaku has put himself in a bit of a pickle, but he's gonna grow out of it. I'm hoping he has a good season. He's a great footballer. I love him.
He's a brilliant footballer.
I have him on my shirts at Inter Milan.
Yeah.
Sucks that he's at Chelsea for me. Luckily, I didn't buy any Man United tops with his name.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's pretty good. I think. Yeah, where do you see him going after this? Do you reckon he'll end up?
I honestly think he'll
Barca?
end up back at Inter. I think he'll maybe stay this year, maybe
Nah, the
next.
fans hate him.
I don't know. He'll last the season.
No, we won't take him back.
The
I
Inter
won't-
fans hate him.
Yeah, we won't
Really?
take him back. I won't take him back.
You won't take it back. You just discredited him completely.
I think it's like that sort of scenario with most people when they have a relationship and they become friends after.
Yeah.
It's like they move on, still friends.
You
I don't
don't.
think Inter will hate him,
Yeah.
but I think it's just more like, yeah, you done your part, go away.
Who are some players that have played?
Both teams?
No, two like the same club twice.
I've gone back and forth.
So I know Zlatan is one. He's played at Milan and Milan.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
that he's back there. But I wonder if there's many other clubs. I mean, other players. I'm sure there would be. I feel like.
Of course, when they go on loan and come back, like Lingard went to
Yeah,
West
yeah,
Ham
no, but I
back.
mean like signed, re-signed. I'm trying to think. I'm sure there's a few. I feel like Chelsea had someone else.
That's a good topic.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, I don't know.
There'll be a few. There has to be a few. That'll be one for next time, I think, because that's
That's a good topic.
Yeah, there's going to be some. I'm sure Seedorf is in that list.
I'm trying to think of someone.
I don't know if there's any others, but we'll come up with some for next. Maybe we'll do a short.
Look,
one on
this
that.
is just the welcome to 2022 episode.
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
definitely have a lot more topics.
There's so much to come.
There's so many things going in my head now. I'm like, we need to do a World Cup episode.
Yes.
I reckon we do that whole father, son, daughter sort of scenario,
Definitely.
siblings type of thing. That'd be a really good topic. But yeah, I think now that we're at Ultra and we've got this facility to use, we're definitely going to be doing a lot more episodes. There's a beautiful studio in there. I'm hoping to do a lot of my talking shirt episodes. Hopefully we get some PFC stuff.
Sounds good.
Paul wants to do some boot stuff, so we definitely will be talking boots soon.
Oh yeah, I love this.
Anything else you want to tease?
Oh look, I think just there's a lot coming from a PFC sense.
Yeah.
I want to get some stuff going on YouTube, so there'll be a bit more fun stuff as well. I think there's just going to be a lot to look out for from our
100%.
side of things. I think actually one thing that came out of the pop up was that people actually really credited the amount of stuff we do from content point of view.
Oh, thank you. I
Which
forgot
is
about that,
which
yeah.
is really nice. Like it's nice to hear because I know obviously you specifically put so much time and effort into these things. And just to know that there's going to be no lack of content this year because there's going to be a lot coming.
If you're watching this, that watches my talking shirt episodes and listening on Spotify, like I've got so many episodes that I've edited and I just haven't uploaded them. Like I'm looking at the kits over there. There's a Southampton episode that I've done. I need to upload.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, honestly, if you have any topics for us, let us know. I'm hoping that we can push this. There'll be a lot more between two shirts content. Is that one of your shirts?
I think it was.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, look, I'm so keen. This has been fun. We're definitely he wants
He wants in. He wants in.
he wants to do a
The boys are
singing
doing laps of the pitch now.
But yeah, look, is that about it? Is there anything else?
That is it. That's
I'm
it.
happy with that. Thank you so much.
Thank
we
you.
look forward to speaking to you again.
been good.
Stay safe. Stay away from stupid people. Anything you want to say?
No, have a good 2022, guys.
We'll see you soon. Thank you and goodbye.